welcome to Let's Talk Tech. And if you are just joining us for the first time, we deal with talking about technology, which from our last episode you can tell that that's about the only thing we should be doing right now.
Yeah, we didn't do such a good job on the Green Week.
Yeah.
Well, this is Alan, and I'm Thomas. And if you haven't noticed, I have a haircut. Cool. I don't like it. Okay, well, our first segment
Random.
Our first segment is going to be on Modern Warfare 2, which is a game that's recently going to come out very, very soon, and it's pretty much an insane game.
Our second segment today is going to be on who will switch to Windows 7, because Windows 7 is coming out in 4 days, I believe. 4 days? 4 or 5, whatever. It's coming out in like a week.
Pretty soon.
The point is that it's coming out, and we're wondering who's going to switch to it. So why don't you start us off?
Okay, well, we have a clip for you of Modern Warfare, which is the game we're going to be talking about, and it's just the demo of it. It's pretty sick.
Cain was the first man ever to strike down another. And when the Lord came to him and said, "What have you done?" Cain could not hide his crime, for the voice of his brother's blood cried out from the very ground.
The world has been your battlefield. Everywhere you go, the blood of brothers and sons screams out against you. Perhaps you cannot yet hear it. Because the soil is not your own. But you will. You will.
And welcome back. As you saw, that was Modern Warfare 2, which is going to be coming out. A reminder that we are currently live, so if you want to call us in, the number will be on the screen.
Yeah, it's 203-265-6310. And as you saw there, that the game is going to be soon released.
11/10/09.
11/10/09, and it's going to be a sick game. What I don't get is that you've heard of COD 4, probably COD 4 Modern Warfare. Then they came out with Call of Duty 5 World at War, which actually wasn't as good as COD 4, if you ask me. COD 4 had so much better live gameplay, and I think a lot of people thought that. So a lot of people stuck with COD 4 than COD 5, and I think that's why they're switching to, instead of going to COD 6, going to Modern Warfare 2.
Well, as you can tell, this game was very similar. It's not similar to COD 4, but the graphics are similar, but they are better.
The gameplay itself is very similar. The game itself, the online mode is very similar. Of course, there's going to be different maps. Of course, there's going to be different levels in the campaign, but very, very similar graphics, very similar guns, weapons, etc.
This game is going to be amazing. It's not out yet. I haven't played it yet, anything like that, but it looks very awesome. With the graphics on Modern Warfare 2 were actually really well designed, because you could even tell like specks of grass, how it would show that not the entire field was grown, but just part of the grass was grown in certain areas. This is probably going to be the same way.
They mapped this out so well. Definitely they mapped this out like every 2 square inches, you can definitely see the detail they put into making everything perfect.
I think they put a lot more testing into this game as well.
Activision did a great job on this one.
In the past,
job.
Yeah. In the past, they don't. Their testing for video games has not been so good because that's why so many crappy ones come out. They have them show the first 2 levels of playing the game, and then they say, "Oh well, it looks like a okay game." Sometimes they have people come in. They hire gamers, really good gamers, to come in and play the game, test it out, see if they like the gameplay, features, blah blah blah, and they say if they do or don't, and blah, and that's how it gets on the market. But they've been putting a lot more testing into it and asking them to show them the entire level, the entire gameplay, what's the features of the game. So it's actually turns out to be a much better. Turns out that they try and leave some of the either crappy games out of the industry. So that's why that's why the newer games have been so much better.
And Activision has been doing a great job with all the CODs, with COD 4 through. So they've been doing a great job with the detail. Another great thing I love that they added to this is a capture the flag mode. That is looking really sick.
I like capture the flag in any kind of the game.
They kind of stole it from Halo, if you ask me, which is, they didn't steal it. Capture the flag is just a neutral game. But definitely Halo came up with the whole capture the flag idea. It's their main game. But COD 4 definitely, Modern Warfare 2 is definitely going to have that and is definitely going to make it so much.
It will make it better because a lot of people like to capture the flag. And every game that I play, mostly, just about every game I play, has a capture the flag feature on it. And I would rather play capture the flag than I usually play the actual.
Well, yeah, it's not just going around and shooting people. It's more, and it's not just like team co-op. It's more like, let's go get the flag and bust some heads. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, 2 in 1. Yeah, no, this game's gonna be incredible. Like we said before, as you can see, if you wanna, Eric, if you wanna like keep rolling the video in the background, you can do that. But yeah, if you wanna, what else do you wanna say about it?
Well, if you just look at it in itself, it's an insane game. But like I said before, it is mature 17. So
yeah, 17. So
you have to have a parent if you're not 17.
That doesn't apply to me. Okay. Yeah. No. As you can see behind us, look at because you can see you can even see some of the structure of the facial features and so on and so forth. The glass and the windows. They don't just show you clear.
There is definitely a resemblance to COD 4 in this because it has the same kind of virtual idea, and as you can see, Infinity Warfare. That's the creators of them. It's actual vision.
You can see the gun, like even just the gun. Like before they show you a gun, but they can actually see the detail, the dirt.
And now one of the bigger features is you're gonna be able to ride in stuff. Before you couldn't do that. There wasn't really riding in stuff, quote unquote. You couldn't get into tanks. You could just follow them around, and you did have some things with the helicopter, where you had the minigun and stuff, but it definitely works out better now that if the tank is about to die, you can jump in, which is kind of unfortunate, steal it from your partner.
Yeah.
Okay, but
now what I don't get about a lot of video games, including this one, you stand in a fire, you don't get caught on fire.
Well, they're Modern Warfare soldiers. They're awesome.
Wow.
They are so amazing. They don't get burned by fire. They get burned by grenades. Because that's how cool they are.
Wow. Well, okay, just a reminder, we are live, 203-265-6310. Call us in any kind of computer question. Anything you want to talk about computers, technology, new technology that we haven't heard of, we probably have.
Make fun of my haircut, please. I'm bored. So
call in. The number is on the screen, 265-6310. You do not have to be if you're watching us outside of the state or outside of the town of Wallingford, you can still call in. We'll try and answer your question best of our ability.
Which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
Just say it. Not trying to be unmodest or anything.
Like Ray William Johnson over here.
Okay, so as you could tell, it's a lot like COD 4 if you've ever played COD 4, and it's an insane game.
Okay, I can't wait for it to come out. When it comes out, I want to be the first one to buy it. Wow.
Well, thank you. I can't get a new haircut until I unshrink this one, so.
Like just change the font and everything.
All right.
Okay, you want to go to commercial?
We're going to go to a commercial, and we'll be back in a sec.
So, Tyler.
I'll kill him.
Life is like a big soccer game. If you play clean and don't break the rules, you'll always win.
Hi, Jeff. No, I'm still at the train station. I just almost got killed. Yeah, about 10 minutes ago. I'm still shaking. Well, I got off the 940 and Jill called. Yeah, it was raining, and so I put the newspaper over my head. I forgot my umbrella, and I didn't want to go walk over the overpass. And then I heard the whistle and the light. I was walking right into a train. This guy, he pulled me back.
Look, listen, and live, or someone you love will get hurt.
I just almost died.
Theme song.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Alan. If you're just joining us, we are again live,
Please call us.
local, and not so late breaking.
Yeah, there's
Our
another.
number on the screen is 265-6310, area code 203. Give us a call, computer question, any kind of question that you have about technology, call us.
Anything.
We'll try and answer.
Okay. This segment we're going to be talking about
Who will switch
who will switch to Windows 7.
We didn't include
If-
who will switch to Windows 7 too long.
Okay. Well, if you don't know what Windows 7 is, it's a new operating
Coming out
system.
4 days.
Yeah.
4 days. I hope I'm right.
Okay, it's coming out in a couple of days. It's a new operating system from Windows. It is a lot better than Vista because Vista,
The socks off Vista, man.
dude, it rocks Vista. It's like,
It rocks the socks.
okay,
off Vista.
it's awesome. Okay,
It's
so
better.
Windows 7 is a lot better than
Organization.
Vista.
We've talked about Windows 7 on the show before, but who will switch? That's
Who
the question.
will switch?
There's people that have been using Windows XP, which came out like 6 years ago.
Although it still runs most programs and still runs most applications, and the Windows installer is fine, I would suggest that people with Windows XP, and I think that people with Windows XP, most people will switch.
Yeah, I think so because of the fact that it's been said by so many people that it is so awesome.
Well, not only that, but it's the newest operating system.
Now
But-
let's just clue them in. Let's tell you why Vista is so crappy in the first place. Would you like to share that, Tom?
We don't have all day.
No. Why is it so? Why did Windows have to put it? Why did Windows put out Windows Vista?
Well, in my opinion, I believe this.
Yeah, so I've heard this many times.
Windows Vista was put out in competition with Mac because Mac came up with the new Leopard OS X, and to compete with Leopard OS X, they came out with Windows Vista, the unfinished version of Windows 7, which, in my opinion, didn't work out so well.
Yeah, it didn't work out so well. They figured, okay, well, we really need to hurry up. So they put out Windows Vista. Windows Vista was an unstable program. It was not stabilized.
Click error. What?
You know,
That's pretty much
the
what it
Windows
was.
7 trial is more stable.
Pretty much. Windows 7 trial is actually pretty stable.
I have the
I
Windows
would-
7 trial. I had to say, I have no disagreements. So,
That's how bad it is. Vista gave me this haircut. I was watching with Vista, and I was like,
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
and the haircut. Yeah, that's a true story. Thank you.
Once again, we are live, 203-265-6310. Call us in with any computer questions that you may have, any kind of questions you want to talk about, technology or anything like that. So yeah, no, who do you think, but the thing is that you cannot upgrade.
You can't upgrade from XP.
You can't upgrade from XP. If you have XP on your computer, you have to take everything off your computer that you have on your computer. Take all your programs, whatever.
You can back them up into DVD.
Yeah, you back them up on DVD, all your files, everything. Wipe the computer, delete the partition. If you want that done, you don't know how to do it, bring it to someone that does know how to do it.
Or call us in, and we'll step by step. Please do call us.
I don't know how we do that.
Well,
I don't know how we'd explain that over the phone.
Put in the CD. Watch the words.
Okay. We'll explain it if you call us in.
Okay, so not only that, but I don't think people from Windows XP, I did say that people will, but I think some people won't, just because they're kind of...
Iffy about Windows 7?
No, not only iffy, but like outdated, like the grandparents, the older generation.
Well, that's because they said, okay, well, I have a computer. It works.
It
works like that.
If they have XP, they're probably pushed into XP from 2000 or 98 from a great-grandchild or something.
Yeah. But yeah,
So-
no. The whole thing is that people that have Windows Vista will switch because
sure.
Because no one likes Vista. Even the people that don't know about computers.
I mean, if you're dirt poor and you have Vista, switch. Even if you don't have the $300, buy a credit card just to switch to 7. It is so worth it.
No, it's super worth it. No, it's almost like why would you not switch? You could deal with Windows Vista for a little while, but
there is no reason not to switch except for the price. I would
the price is kind of outrageous.
If you ask me, I would wait a little while to switch because just for the price, I think the Ultimate is going to be $300 or so, which is kind of outrageous, but definitely for the price that you're getting, for the stuff that you're getting, it's worth it.
So basically, you want to listen to what's on the screen.
No one likes Vista. Switch. I agree. That is our main topic. No one likes it, except for maybe Microsoft. Actually, I don't think Microsoft.
Remember we were reading that thing?
Bill Gates is using XP.
Bill Gates doesn't use that.
He might even
he's using Windows 7.
He might be using Windows 7
No, he
now,
is using Windows
if he
7.
owns a copy.
There's no doubt about that. No, he's using Windows 7. They sent him a copy like like years ago. Bill Gates had a copy. Is using Windows 7 right now, but he never used Vista. He didn't like Vista. He stayed with XP because Vista was just so crappy.
He probably had a hand in making Vista, and he understands how crappy it is. He wouldn't even touch that.
But the whole thing is that I definitely think if you have XP, you should switch. And if you have Windows Vista, you should definitely switch to Windows 7.
Well, the thing about XP is it's getting old. It is definitely.
Well, it's 6 years old, so people have been. There's a lot of people that refuse to get
years.
Vista, and they've been using Windows XP for 6 years. 6 years.
You're stretching your XP days now. At this point, you're stretching them out soon.
Now, some people say Windows.
Some
people say Windows XP was not a stable operating system. I have no doubt with Windows XP. Windows XP was a very good operating system.
Windows XP was up from 2000, and it.
Windows 2000 wasn't that stable.
Windows 2000 was stable, but it wasn't all that good. It was just an older operating system. But as things got better, Windows XP was the biggest jump, I would say, from operating system.
Yeah.
Except for Vista to 7, which it's not because of the jump. It's because Vista is terrible and 7 rocks.
Yeah. No, it's definitely interesting. I would definitely switch. Like, I had the trial version, but I definitely switched to full version.
Windows 7 RC trial, you can't download it anymore.
Yeah, you can't
get
download
new key codes, which is convenient, but you can't.
So, key codes. If for anyone, just throwing this out there, for anyone that's having a problem with their Windows Vista, if you download on the same copy of Windows Vista like 27 times, and you can't get it to work, and it keeps asking you to activate it, go into the activation, go into the Windows download for Windows RC7. You can't download it again, but you get a different key code. Put that key code in and it will work. Once again, we are live, 265-6310, and if you want to give us a call anytime. Well, as long as we're live.
Yeah, if you want to call us during a commercial, you can, but you're gonna have to wait.
Yeah, we'll answer the call. We'll just have to wait till we come back from commercial.
Indeed.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. What else do you have to say about this?
Well,
Windows 7 rocks. Windows Vista sucks.
People from 2000 may not switch because if they're still in 2000, are dead, then they probably won't switch to 7. Just because.
Well, I know a lot of people switched to XP because of the media player.
Well, it came with I believe Windows 7 media player.
Yeah, I have no idea. I think I have Windows 11 right now.
Microsoft
media
player is 7, I think.
Yeah, a lot of people will switch because of the media player, and the media player will switch to XP. The XP media player was very useful because it organized your music so much better. I don't think there's much of a difference between the XP and the Windows 7.
There's a
Media
big. I like the difference because now at the bottom, you can pin to taskbar, and you can actually
Oh,
scroll
yes.
down, and it'll come up with a little screen of
The
what
pa-
you're doing.
The pin to taskbar is very useful. You could pin it to
But-
taskbar or pin it to start menu.
It's actually really cool. It's so much better. They had the pin to taskbar before, which is there was like this small little space on the bottom of your screen. You couldn't see it. It was terrible. But now they made it like these
Well,
giant
now
blobs.
if you go into your start menu, and in your most recently opened items, which is on your when you first open it up, will give you some, like if you have Microsoft Office 2007, 2003, whatever, downloaded, and you open a lot of stuff in Excel. Let's say you have a lot of stuff in Excel, and Excel is in your recently opened items. It will have a little arrow, like as if you went into a folder in your programs folder, and you can actually select whatever program you go into a lot. Like I go into the Excel chart and the show segment folder a lot. So I pin that to the start menu, and when I go into Excel and I hover over the Excel, it goes into another thing, and it just shows me the segment list for Excel chart, and I open it right up. It's very well organized. It's well organized, easy to get stuff to, and I would say the search has improved a lot.
I agree. The search has improved a ton. You can actually search from the top, which is a lot more convenient than going into the search in 2000. Or I believe even XP had a junkier search than this. It searches better. And
Well, the thing is that the search is more relevant, which I like, because before you search for something in Windows 2000, Windows XP, you search for I don't know, .bat file. It would show up with every .bat file that was in Windows, that you created, anything. And now it only shows up with stuff that you've created.
thank God.
Yeah, or programs.
Well-
So if you can't find a program, you could search it.
Definitely.
Usually faster.
Well, of course it's going to be
If
fast.
you're going to upgrade and you have 1 gig of memory, it's probably recommended that you get 2 gigs of memory. It will run on 1 gig.
It runs.
It'll run on
It needs a
It'll run on
lot
512. It'll run on 512. I was running
slowly.
it, yeah.
Very slowly. But it runs better than Vista. It uses less memory than Vista, if you ask me. It's a
Yeah.
lot faster than
It's-
Vista.
I don't know. It's less lines than Vista.
But for Windows, in general, the best thing for gamers to switch using less memory, if you have low memory in your computer, I would stick with XP, just
Yeah.
because it runs a lot of the newer games, and it has very low memory usage.
Well,
But
Phil was telling us that it uses less code. It has like I don't know,
Windows
what do you say,
7.
200 lines of
Windows
200
7
lines of
has
less code.
Windows 7 has a lot less code than Vista, and Vista is a lot junkier. So
Yeah, so it's you don't need to upgrade as long as you're not using a 512. If you're using a 512 with 2000, you probably want to upgrade to 2 gigs if you can.
Yeah,
if you
so-
can't, yeah, you should stick with you should probably upgrade it to XP.
if you have an ancient computer, I wouldn't switch.
Yeah.
XP you can run on almost anything. 256 with an 800 megahertz processor, I've ran that. Fine.
It all depends
So-
on your motherboard. Your motherboard's good at, if you know the name of your motherboard, or even look it up on the internet. If you have a store-bought computer, look
Or
it up and
internet.
see what kind of motherboard it is, and see how much memory it could possibly take. Probably max it out would probably be best, and that way you could, unlimitedly upgrade.
If it's a new computer, and you don't need 16 gigs of RAM if that's the max out. You need 4 gigs of RAM would be fine to run it. I mean, just fine with ease will run it. Yeah, 4 gigs would be more than enough with a 2.1 gigahertz AMD processor, or your graphics card really doesn't matter, but I would suggest something higher than a 64 megabyte graphics card. Probably something that'll run OpenGL pretty well.
Yeah.
And also you need drivers for your graphics card. That's
Yeah, that'd
kind
be
of
best.
important.
Probably best too. Okay, you want to do a commercial?
We're gonna go to a commercial, and we'll
Okay.
be back in a
In a
sec. You
Hi, Jeff. No, I'm still at the train station. I just almost got killed. Yeah, about 10 minutes ago. I'm still shaking. When I got off the 940 and Jill called. Yeah, it was raining, and so I put the newspaper over my head. I forgot my umbrella, and I didn't want to go walk over the overpass. And then I heard the whistle and the light. I was walking right into a train. This guy, he pulled me back.
Look, listen, and live, or someone you love.
Went back to the show like that. Welcome back to Let's Talk Tech.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Alan. If you're just joining us, we are live.
We
and
are.
please give us a call. The number will be on the screen.
It's 203-265-6310.
6310. Okay, so we're going to play a clip for you.
We are.
Yeah, so Eric, if you could roll the clip.
That was amazing.
Before you broke my heart, I was so in love with you. But now I'm back in your arms and there's only me and you, baby.
Your Windows stuff goes where you go. New Windows Phone at AT&T.
Okay, welcome back to Let's Talk Tech, and we have a
This is our friend.
guest. Yeah.
This is our friend Jimmy the Rabbit. He's pretty cool.
Yeah. So anyway, the commercial you just saw is Windows. Is Windows coming out with a cell phone called the Android? I believe it is.
It is Android.
Android. So yeah, coming out with the commercial, and we just this is our news segment. This is one of our news segments. We just want to talk about it real quick. We didn't get the commercial.
No.
Neither did we get any of the
Because
other
if you look
commercials.
behind you, I mean, a lot of this stuff is Microsoft made, but if you look who sits in the trunk, it's sort of funny because
It's Twitter.
Twitter sits in the trunk, which
And
is
Twitter
not,
is not made by or owned by Microsoft at all. And
I guess it's supposed to be a Twitter app, and there's
yeah, a
also
Twitter
Facebook.
app. But the whole point of the commercial says that you could bring your cell phone apps with you. That's the point of the commercial. That's bring your Windows stuff with you.
What I don't get is it's exact copy of an iPhone.
Yeah, it is
pretty much.
And
And
what
even
is with, but I don't get why the guys are in tights.
I don't know. And even now, you can get a Windows 7 app for the iPhone, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, we are really running out of time.
We're really running out of time. Okay, so
On our
week's
next
segment-
week, we're going to have cell phones, which, like we're talking about right now, but
Yeah.
more in detail.
More in detail.
And
we'll probably bring up
followed
the
by-
Android again.
To build or buy a computer.
So
Which-
should you build it, buy it? Is it cheaper? Is it not cheaper?
Should you go Best Buy, buy one, or should you just
And we might give
make
you
it,
a list of parts just so you could buy the computer of your dreams.
or where to get a good computer?
Okay, that is our show for today. And join us next week, and somebody please call next week. That is our show. I'm Alan,
I'm Thomas.
and you could check us out at letstalktech.co.cc.
Toodles.